Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. China has unveiled a range of new weapons in a massive military parade marking 80 years since its victory over Japan in World War II. Thousands of people packed into China's Tiananmen Square, where laser weapons, nuclear ballistic missiles and giant underwater drones were shown off. President Xi Jinping says his country was unstoppable and will never be intimidated by bullies. In a speech before the event, he was joined by 26 heads of state, including Russia's Vladimir Putin and North Korea's Kim Jong-un, the first time the three leaders have ever been together at once. President Donald Trump says the US has carried out a strike against a drug-carrying vessel in the southern Caribbean, killing 11 narco-terrorists. He posted on social media that the military operation had targeted members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Mr. Trump said the vessel was in international waters and was transporting illegal narcotics bound for the US. Speaking to reporters in the Oval Office, Mr. Trump said US forces had shot out a drug-carrying boat in the vicinity of Venezuela.
We just, over the last few minutes, literally shot out a boat, a drug-carrying boat, a lot of drugs in that boat. We have a lot of drugs pouring into our country, coming in for a long time. And we just, these came out of Venezuela and coming out very heavily from Venezuela. A lot of things are coming out of Venezuela, so we took it out.
A fresh magnitude 5.2 aftershock has struck eastern Afghanistan 2 days after a powerful quake in the same region killed more than 1,400 people and injured 3,000 others. Rescue efforts following Sunday's magnitude 6 quake had been complicated by landslides and blocked roads, making land travel difficult. Helicopters have been deployed to aid the search for survivors in the ruins of remote villages, where many are feared trapped under the rubble. The Taliban government, which is only recognised by Russia, has appealed for international help. A US judge has ruled that Google doesn't need to sell its Android operating system or its Chrome browser in a landmark monopoly case. However, the tech giant has been ordered to share data with rivals to help open up competition in online search. The judgment follows a finding last year that Google acted illegally to maintain a monopoly in online search. Google was sued by the US Department of Justice in 2020 over its control of about 90% of the online search market. Ghana's President, John Mahama, has fired the country's Chief Justice, Gertrude Torkornoo, following a recommendation by an inquiry. She had been on suspension since April after complaints were lodged against her in petitions by 3 individuals. A president-appointed commission then found that grounds of stated misbehaviour had been established and recommended her removal from office. Ms. Torkornoo has dismissed the allegations as unfounded and politically motivated. A vehicle pursuit in Michigan came to an end after the Livonia Police Department deployed a grappler device on a stolen car travelling through the city. The grappler device works by deploying a high-strength net that wraps around a vehicle's rear tyre and axle, meant to prevent a vehicle from moving. Dashcam footage shows the car's rear axle coming off when the driver tries to keep driving. A 27-year-old male and 2 female passengers were arrested and taken into custody. And 3 brothers from Edinburgh have claimed a new record for rowing non-stop and unsupported across the Pacific Ocean after almost 140 days at sea. Jamie, Ewan and Lachlan McLean endured violent tropical storms which forced them into making lengthy detours on their 9,000-mile journey from Peru to Australia. During one storm, Lachlan was swept overboard by a large wave before being pulled back into the boat. The brothers, who have been reunited with their family and friends in Cairns in eastern Australia, said they were looking forward to pizza and a decent night's sleep. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.